Alright folks, how are we doing? It's Shabash, welcome back to another Orna video, and this time we are checking out Rawrbot. This is one of my favorite tools for Orna, probably the thing I've used the most in my entire kind of Orna career. We're going to use it with a number of different features, but the main feature we're going to use it for is assessing our gear. Now, for a lot of players, once you've played a little bit of the game, you'll start to get an idea that some items can drop with different qualities. You have standard gear, then you have broken gear, which the stats are lowered. That's the gear that swashes love for armor. And then you have superior, famed, legendary, and ornate. And the thing is, these kind of different qualities, they actually have a band within, like a range, if you like, which increases their stats. And when you get an item, the RNG will roll, and your item will be within that range. For example, ornate, the base stats are going to be between 1.7 and 2, or 170% and 200%, call it. So they're both the ornate items, but you could get something which is 1.7 times better or 2 times better at the base. And the way that we can define that exact number is by using Rawrbot. It's a little bot. It's now also on the main Orna Discord, also on the Orna Legends Discord. So we're going to go through, show you a little bit what this bot can do, and then at the end I'm also going to show you how you can get that on your own Discord Kingdom server. So you can have it for your Kingdom mates and use it there, assess gear, etc., etc. It's a really great bot. It's going to be doing, it can actually do more than what I'm going to show you today, but yeah, we're going to start off with the basics. And we'll go over again the qualities, and the qualities, just so you don't get confused, it's actually determined by the color of the lettering, the name of the item. For example, don't get confused by the background, because the background can sometimes mean the rarity of the item. So got a few items lined up here. For example, this down here at the bottom, I've got an ornate viper dagger. Of course, the background is red, but you can see the text is also red. But right next to it, I've got an arisen wolfbane, which has a blue background. So you might think that's famed, but because the text is white and it doesn't actually say famed arisen wolfbane, this is actually a standard quality item. This is like literally base stats item. And the blue background is referring to its rarity. It's actually not guaranteed to drop. Items that are kind of superior, famed, legendary rarities, these are not guaranteed to drop when you kill things. It's kind of something for another video, but for example, the Fey Morrigan items are not guaranteed to drop even if you 100% the raid boss. So you've got this legendary Anduin rapier here. You see this clearly says legendary Anduin rapier, and the text is purple, so it's clearly legendary. So we know it's legendary. Legendary, I think the range is between 140, 160 percentage-wise. So what we can do to really define exactly how good this weapon is, we take a little screenshot here. I'm going to show you how easy it is. Then you go to a Discord server with Rawrbot on it. So for example, we're on the main Orna server here. We can just go down to, I think they have a channel for Rawrbot, Ask Rawrbot it's called. So I'm just going to upload the screenshot of toast there. And what it's going to do, Rawrbot's going to assess it, and we see it's got a 169%, which is pretty good. That's right at the top, high range for legendary gear. But if I just move my mug out of the way, you see also it also gives you its stats from level 10 onwards. So from level 10, Master Forged, Demon Forged, and God Forged. If we God Forged this, it's going to have 972 attack. And even better than that, it's also going to tell us how much materials we need to firstly get it to level 10, which is 135 materials. And then it's going to be 507 materials to Master Forge, and 1,125 to Demon Forge. And then, of course, gold forging is free, but it's RNG related, so a lot of gold forging work goes in. Also tells you how many slots it has when you level these, when you level this up. So this is something, you know, a little bonus thing. Really, really awesome. So this has 3 slots at level 10, and then it gets, once it's Master Forge, will have 5 slots, and of course gold forging will give you an extra slot. So that is kind of the basic thing about Rawrbot. You can use it for, you know, for new items. You get a new ornate item, you're like, oh wow, is this a 200% or something like that. So I think screenshots is one of the easiest things to do. For example, we can check out another item, and look, why don't we use this? We'll use something without adornments, because we'll come on to adornments in a second. This Arisen Gandring, which is already demon forged, but that doesn't matter. We can still use Rawrbot just the same way. So in the same channel, post this screenshot, get my mug out the way, and I believe this is quite high. Yeah, so this is quality 198. There you go. So this is very, very high-end ornate item. It gives you the attack level 10. Gives you kind of the same layout. So we get, so you can use it, you know, at whatever level the item is, which is really awesome. And yeah, I think screenshots are the easiest way to assess the gear. You can also type in an assessment. You see how when you actually post a screenshot, Rawrbot kind of it actually types something, then it kind of assesses it. So you can actually type this text out itself. You know, before in the early days of the bot, sometimes it wouldn't capture the screen, like sometimes it wouldn't read the screenshot. So you'd have to kind of assess things like this. But essentially what it's doing is you use the command assess, then you type the item name, and then you type the level. So Demon Forge is kind of equivalent to level 12, Master Forge level 11, etc., etc. And then you can use like the stats. Now, what I recommend if you want to do it this way is just use one main stat. So like, for example, just use the attack stat. For armor pieces, you can use like just the resistance stat or the res stat or the defense stat. And there you go. You can assess that way. Now, what about if we wanted to figure out what the stats would be for a 200% Arisen Gandring? Well, there's a command for that as well, which is called the assessat command. So let me just copy this again. Now, what I'm going to do, change this to assessat, then type in the quality, 200, and I think we can just delete everything else. So assessat 200 for like a maximum ornate Arisen Gandring, go with that, and boom, gives you the stats of a 200% Arisen Gandring. Not too bad, I'm not far off. So let's try that for like an old Northern Crown or something like that. So assess at, this is a really nice stat, this is fairly recent. Assess at old Northern Crown. So yeah, the dream, 200%. When you God Forge it, 1600 defense, a lot of mana, a lot of resistance. 33% ward, 10 slots. Yeah. So assess at, really, really awesome little thing to assess gear. And what else can we do? We can also assess random gear. So these are like the random gen gear you get quite often from end of dungeons or from your daily rewards. Now I've got a random piece of gear here. This is a tier 10 kind of vampiric blade version. You can sort of tell, well, it says tier 10, but I mean, most of these items have Ortonite, Greater Soul, and either 1 or 2 different random materials. So what Rawrs has done is actually really clever. I think he's gathered lots and lots of data of people assessing these random items, and he's kind of built up the database over time. What he used to do was, have to take a screenshot of this, and then take another screenshot of the blacksmith, like showing how much materials you needed to upgrade it. But I'm pretty sure now, like these random gen gear, you can assess them straight away. So there you go, boom. Vampiric blades, 186% quality. And yeah, stats a little bit too low. Quite a lot of magic there, actually. Yeah, so there you go. So random gen gear, that should all can do that now, which is really awesome. I say new, it's probably over the last kind of 6 months, maybe even longer, to be honest. With COVID, you kind of run away, the time runs away with you. So that's another thing. And then, yeah, adornments. So you can assess even if you have adornments. Let's have a quick look. So obviously, Assassin's Jewels, they don't actually affect the stats on this weapon. Let's look at, why don't we look at these Arisen Feral Claws, for example. So what you have to do for adornments is you first take a screenshot as normal. So there we go. And then what the bot will ask you is, oh, this was maybe not such a good one because I have a lot of adornments on it. And my face is in the way. Okay, let me try a different one because yeah, use an item with a ridiculous amount of adornments. Okay, let's try. Bear with me. Let's try. Okay, Axe of Gilgamesh. Here we go. So already Godforged, but what we want to know what original quality it was, right? So, and of course, the adornments in here do affect the stats. So, right, there we go. So what you want to do, you need to get a second screenshot of kind of all the adornments there. Arisen Gandring, I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we go back into Discord and we post the first screenshot, and the bot should ask you now for adornments. So yeah, do the adornments modify Axe of Gilgamesh stats? If they don't modify, for Assassin's Jewels, for example, you can just type in no. If your original screenshot includes all of the adornments, say yes. Okay. If your original screenshot does not contain all the adornments, post a new screenshot now. It should contain all adornments and the adornments text above them. So yeah, so for the Arisen Gandring, you might have to ask Rawrs for that. But there you go, boom. We posted the second one with the adornments, and the bot basically figures out what the base stats without the adornments are and gives us the original quality. So we got 197 Axe of Gilgamesh. Pretty nice. And yeah, so that's another really useful kind of way to assess your gear. And I think that kind of covers. There was one other thing, which is to do with shields. This is another pretty cool thing, by the way. So with shields, because it uses because ward is, it kind of works a little bit differently, with compared to like your basic stats. And when you actually assess these, it can, especially when you assess them from level 1, you'll typically only have like a range. So it might be, between 190 or 195%, something like that. But the thing with Rawrbot is it will actually should give you the stats at different ranges, and it's just a nice little. I'm trying to find a good shield I can show this with. I don't really know. Mighty Griffin shield, heavy Mighty Griffin shield. Let's try this Randogen legendary Mighty Griffin shield. Go with that. So let's screenshot it. So it should be between 140, 160 to start with, but within that there should be like a range, and it's just the way that ward kind of builds up. It gets more and more accurate as you level it up. So you see here, boom, level 1, we're showing between 167 and 170%. So again, pretty nice legendary drop, actually, to be honest with you. And this is showing the stats at 170%. So if this is 170, we Godforge it, we'll have 142% ward. But there's a little emoji at the bottom there, which toggles between 167 and 170. So now it's showing 167. And you see we lost a little bit of ward at the bottom there. Yeah, there's 2% ward difference. So works really well. The shields there, so with shields you can get, and it might be 168% or 169%. It will get more accurate as you level the item up. So that's another thing. And then in terms of actual assessing gear, I believe that's pretty much it covered. So what we'll then do is have a look at some other really nice commands you can use with this bot. It's not just the one thing. The bot has many commands, but like some of the basic ones I like is, what have we got? You can look up item, skills, class, build, spec, monster. Lots and lots of things. It basically connects to the orna.guide. So, what do we got? Class, I don't know, you want to look at class Blade Master. Type in class Blade Master. What do we got? Tier 6, orn cost, skills you learn and what level you learn them at, passive skills, skill slots. So, okay, nice. Spec, does that work? Spec, swashbuckler. Yep, there you go. So, tier 7, 50,000 orns, skills you learn, passives you learn, stat percentage changes. What about skills? You want to know which monsters cast Petrify. Well, here's what causes Petrify. All these monsters here, if you didn't know already. Normally, Petrify is one of the things most people will figure out pretty quickly what monsters can cause it. Also gives you which followers can cast it as well. And what about Fey Cataclysm? Oh, got to type in skill. So skill, Fey Cataclysm. Okay, gives you the skill details, mana cost, any element on it, and where you learn it from, the Heretic. Wow, actually also gives you Pierce damage, Pierce M1 and M2. Okay, I really didn't know that. So that's awesome, and crit chance. Okay, even better. Gives you the damage calc there as well. So yeah, that M1 value, that's referring to penetration chance. So if we do this on Ultima, for example, Ultima is a really high penetrating skill, whereas the M2 on Fey Cataclysm is really high. So if your base magic stat is really high and you can pierce the opponent's resistance, you'll do a lot of damage. But if their resistance is high, you're going to do less damage. Okay, and if you come across an entry with multiple kind of entrants in it, you can use an E on the end of the command, so skill E, standing for exact, I believe. Discord doesn't like that. Or I think you might just be able to click it. Yeah, there we go. And so there's Ultima, learns from the deity. Doesn't tell you which level it's learned at. But look here, M1 is 4, value of 4, so it's like really high. But the M2 is low. So you'll penetrate a lot of things, but the damage might be a bit low, and there's a 25% crit chance. So skill, really nice to use. You can look up monsters. Monster, Anku, and this, gives you a link. I mean, you can also use codex, which gives you a screenshot of a completed codex entry. This it will grab you a picture, so you can kind of see exactly what you're missing there. Of course, these pictures are taken of Orna Legends, so got a big thanks to all the master researchers doing this. So codex is a nice little command, but then we've got other things like prevents. Like what prevents petrify, for example? What prevents stunned, for example? These kind of things. So it actually gives you a list of invalid status. Has to be petrified. Okay, so type in petrified. And actually lists all the items which give you petrification immunity. Aegis, Avalon Crown, Cockmail, Stone Pendant, yeah? Really, really, really good. You know, instead of trawling through orna.guide trying to find an item, you know, pick out an item that has petrification immunity, you know, type it in, prevents petrified, and boom, you got it. What if you want to cause petrify? What about if we want to cause petrify? Well, there's a command for that. Causes. Did I spell it? Petrifed. Okay. petrified. There we go. Bag of tricks, gargoyle's dagger, stone dagger, and some skills. So really awesome breakdown. In another sense, we've got cures. Cures petrified. Should be like dispel. Nostrum panacea. Yeah. So you got the items which cure it. Stone cure being quite a new item, and then skills that cure that as well. So really useful commands there. There are many more commands, by the way. I'm just giving you kind of the basics. The assessment is probably the main one. Checking out some kind of orna stats. Why don't we do... Okay, yeah, so I think now what we'll do is we'll show you how to get this bot on your Discord server. So if you want to go to... If you want to get it on your server, basically. Rawrs has a server dedicated for the bot, which of course I will link in the description. Whoops. So what you can do to get the invite link. Okay, I mean I will give the bot invite link in the description as well. But basically, if you don't find the link, you can go to the server, go to the bot spam channel, and you can do ! Invite, and then that should give you the bot invite link. Here we go. Boom. Click on that. And I've made like a dummy server so we can invite the bot to that server. Microview. Okay, select server. Doesn't want to let me invite. Okay, access denied. Did I already invite to a server? Actually, maybe I already invited it to my server. Let me check. Oh, that's not the server I want. No. Okay, 1 second, please bear with me. It might be maybe because I am recording, but it's a little bit strange. I mean, let's try again. I mean, normally, yeah. I mean, obviously, you should get this this option to invite to your server. Access denied. Okay, apologies. Bear with me. I mean, normally you would get the invite. You should be able to invite it to the server. Try a different one. I don't know. This should not work. I mean, I'm in. Okay. I mean, you get the invite link. You get it to your server, and essentially, sorry, I really apologize for this. Basically, what you have to do is you have to enable the bot, and if you go on the Rawrs server itself, there is actually like a general. I'm pretty sure there's like a general guide, what tells you the basic features, what to do to get it working. Yeah, you can follow this if you want to get it in your own server. Here you go. No, you must have. Yeah, you need to start with this module command, which is module enable orna, because I think he has some other things set up. Okay, it's not really not working. So you do module enable orna, and then you have auto assess add channel. So I'll just write out what you should do. So imagine I'm really sorry, not got it in the server. Let's just go in bot spam channel. So you would do ! Module enable orna. Do that first, and that will just kind of make the bot ready to go. And then you want to have the bot assess or work in only a specific channel, for example, bot spam, and then you do something like auto, I think it's auto assess, add, and then the channel, whatever channel it is. I think maybe use a channel ID or something, or you can just type the channel name. So either like bot spam, or get the channel ID and put it in there, like that. So if you've invited the bot and it's not, you're trying to work commands and it's not doing anything, make sure you do these 2 steps. If you have any difficulties, jump in the Rawrs server here and just go and like ask questions, or the general chat. There's lots of people. Rawrs is really active, is really great. I can talk you through it, and there's a lot of other people there who kind of know what they're talking about. So you can also change language as well. Like you can do, it's got language options as well. So it will read and kind of output stuff in different languages, similar to choosing different stuff in the game. Language, French. So yeah, preference set to French. What other things? There's another really cool thing that I saw recently. I think it's quite new. I think it's called Aura. I'll see if somebody's been playing around with it up here. I mean, yeah, if you do like !help, you can get a bunch of all these commands. Should just look at them. Should maybe just look at the help thing. But it's a little. Okay, let's just do !help. I think it's called Aura. Just look for it. Yeah, Aura GIF. So you see this up here? !Aura GIF. And then you put the sprite name. So, I don't know, warrior. Wait, Aura GIF. No, I don't think that's correct. I think you need to put the name of the thing. Here we go. Aura GIF, Aura category name. So let's try that again. So let's try Aura Godforged warrior. Does that work? No, it doesn't work. Or Arisen. Really sorry, dragging this out. Damn, I need to find someone who knows what they're doing. So it's really cool though. That's the thing. Okay, Arisen. What does category mean? Oh, it could be working. Boom, there you go. So we've got an Arisen warrior. Yeah, just a bit of fun. You could even probably download it. Yeah, you can. So yeah, it's something really awesome. So on that note, with how awesome Roar is and the body's created, I mean, it's on the main Orna Discord now, working away there. So if you don't have your own Kingdom server, you can jump in there. You can use it on Orna Legend server. Very welcome. If there's dedicated channels, you can just spam the bot. So Rawrs has also set up a Patreon, so I really recommend, if you're getting really good usage out of this little bot, I will link in the description below to their Patreon account. If you can give them a little bit, really, it's actually a really awesome little tool for the game. So you can, if you've got some spare change and you want to show some appreciation, you can buy Rawrs a coffee. But that's pretty much it for this video. Links to everything for the bot and his Patreon for Rawrs in the description below. So hope it was useful. Maybe dragged on a bit there. Apologies, didn't get it in the server. It might be because I'm recording. I'll probably close this and then immediately be able to invite the bot, but never mind. Hope this video was useful. Good luck on getting some really high quality Orna gear to assess. I'm Shabash. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.